All right, welcome to the stream. This is the game we have been waiting for, ladies and gents. Welcome to the watch party for Nets SUNS. And Kevin Durant is playing, and Devin Booker is playing, and Bradley Beal is playing. So, of course, the big three have decided to reunite for a game in which Mikal and CJ will be playing against their former club, and Kevin Durant will be playing against his former club. It is the KD Trade Cup right here, right now. You can see the starting five for the Suns. They are going sort of tall, sort of not. KD's at the 3, Metu's at the 4, and Nurkic is at the 5. And then for the Nets, it is just your stock standard Bridges, Dinwiddie, CJ, Thomas, Claxton starting 5. So those are the fives we're going with today, or we're going to be seeing today. The injury report remains the same. Dennis Smith is out, and we missed him dearly the other day. And then we are also still missing Lonnie Walker and what's his name? Ben Simmons. It's really like that now, is it? I've just forgotten who he is. But yeah, so a big game today, and the talking points obviously surround the failure to defend the 3-point line. Amy, welcome to the stream. Daniel Berry, welcome to the stream as well. If you've just joined us, make sure to say hello in the chat. I hope you're all doing excellently well. I'm not looking forward to this matchup. Yeah, I'm not either. Because, I mean, if the Kings game was an indication of how we're defending the 3, we're going to get absolutely spit roasted. Toka Tom says, hope we play zone. Well, we may very well play zone. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be the... Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. There were times where we looked absolutely shithouse defending. We lost our assignments. We're screwed. KD is playing. Well, here's the silver lining for you. Because KD is playing. Here is the silver lining. Now, if we look at big 3 games in like the last 5 or 6 years, every single time the first game has been played, with the new group, I think this may be the second game they've played. But we're just going to say it's the first for the sake of this conversation. In the 5 games, the big 3 teams have been, well, the first game the big 3s have played over the course of the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. There has not been one win. So I guess that's something you can extract. I mean, is this a game where we see, like, a lot of people have been saying, oh, we need a Colin Sexton type performance. Because I remember vividly the first game we played with KD, James Harden, Kyrie. We played 2 Cavs games back to back in the same week, and we got cooked. We could not defend. So hopefully we've got a Cam Thomas performance incoming that sort of resonates with, replicates that Colin Sexton type performance. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I'm really G'd up for this one because obviously KD was a former Net. He is on my wall still. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, we're here now and we're looking like a new team, a drama-free team. The Suns have more pressure on them to win than obviously we do. We go into this game underdogs, but we go into this game seeking a response. So we need that response because we looked pretty shit. Conceded 25 threes the other day to the Kings. I think 4 or 5 players had 4 threes or more. So it was very clear that we weren't getting the message, even though all those threes were being knocked down. We were just like, yeah, well, we're just going to keep leaving them open. So we need to see some defensive intensity. And we saw in that 7-game stretch the defensive scheme that we were throwing at teams, and obviously we would be challenged a little bit less because of the personnel that we were facing. But these teams that we're playing on this West Coast road trip are absolutely they consist of players that you absolutely can't leave alone. So we've got to be far, far better in that respect, in terms of, you know, um, understanding who they've got and sort of closing out the shooters, not giving them space one pass away. I don't think the zone's going to work. We've got a nice little Cam and Mikal Bridges tribute video, very wholesome, of course. We're wearing the black statement uniforms today, which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you haven't seen already, that is the Phoenix starting five. I figure that we know what the Nets starting five is at this point, with Bridges, Cam J, Claxton, Cam Thomas, and Dinwiddie. I would like to see, though, seeing that there is KD and Metu in the team, and even Nurkic, I would like to see a lineup that consists of Finney Smith, Bridges, and Day'Ron Sharpe today, because I think Nurkic could be a force, and I do think that KD will cause issues. And our starting five doesn't have someone that can guard KD. If we're counting Bridges, then okay, but he's obviously not even close in the height department. So KD's got a little bit of extra advantage, and he can tower over him. The Suns are missing a bunch of role players, though, so that's why they're starting Metu, and their bench is probably going to be tested a little. That being said, these guys are well rested, so I don't think they're going to be seeing too many minutes on the sidelines. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to sort of suss out the dynamic of the Phoenix Suns. They are missing Eric Gordon, Grayson Allen, and Okogie, all of which have played minutes in the starting five, so that's interesting. Bradley Beal looks a lot like Torrey Craig. So that's why I was really put off, because doesn't Torrey Craig play for the Suns as well? Like, they look very similar. This is a really good little hype video by the Suns. Also, I've forgotten, Yuta Watanabe is he's returning as well. Or not returning, but he's playing his former ball club as well. So there's not too many players from last season. That, there's a fair bit of like an amicable connection between players on both sides of the court, but yeah, obviously both rosters had a fair bit of shake-up after the trade, so it's not really surprising. Okay. Alrighty, ladies and gents. I'm just going to put a poll in the chat, and I'm just going to say who wins. This is going to be a real toughie, but you know what? I'm excited for it. Hopefully we actually bring some intensity. Did so at stages in the previous game. It wasn't a bad first half on the defensive side of the court. We could not get going offensively, and then in the second half, we got going offensively. I think we scored 70 points, but we shipped off nearly 80. So it's very clear that we can't get in a shootout with this team. Because they've got Booker, they've got KD, and they've got Bradley Beal, three capable shooters and scorers. So yeah, it's going to be really tough. I'm interested to see what defensive plans we have, if we are going to play some zone, if we are going to play a different way. But regardless, I mean, I can say all I want, but it's going to come down to whoever is playing, whoever shows up. And we need desperately the group of players to show up today. If there is an occasion to rock up, it is this one. I just find baffling. I'm looking at the Pelicans Wizards scoreline right now. It's 136, 108. And in the first quarter, the Pelicans were down 15. So is that how bad the Wizards are, man? They are abysmal. Jesus Christ. So our backcourts line up size-wise, but obviously not talent-wise. The forwards are going to be severely overpowered, so I think CJ may have to run with the bench a little bit. And it's going to be interesting to see if Clax can hold his own against Nurk. If not, and he's absolutely dominating on the glass, well then we know the answer. Bring on Dayron Sharp. But here we go. I am really excited for this. The first meeting where, like, it's a bit off-putting if you're watching NBA basketball for years and years, like seeing Bridges and Johnson in a Nets uniform and seeing KD in a Suns uniform. Here we go, ladies and gents. Second game of the 5-game Western Conference road trip. Here we go. And we're underway. Tip is won by KD, who obviously has that length, and Booker will bring it up. KD is getting guarded by Dinwiddie. Booker is getting guarded by Bridges. Booker got by most. It was thrown out of bounds, though. I think it was meant for Nurkic. Instead, he let it go, and there was no one else to wrestle it back. So, Nets with the first proper possession of the game. KD's guarding Bridges. Claxton fakes the handoff, shoots over Nurkic, and could not get the bounce. It was a good look. It looked a little bit unnatural, the release, though. Beal picked up by Thomas. KD's open for three. And it's off. Rebound, CJ. Thomas will push the pace. Pulls up for three. It's good, and we're underway. Cam Thomas with the make, and JV emphasized, stop taking mid-ranges or take less. We had 28 middies and only 29 threes the other day. And we saw how much we got punished on the three ball. Nurkic got the bounce on the little push shot, so that's another make. Another, as if they've made multiple. That was their first basket of the game. It is 3-2 Nets after we made a three, but they responded quickly. And now Bridges will shoot a mid-range and he's short on it. Nurkic with the board, and Johnson wasn't even looking at the pass, but was able to anticipate where it was going, and he got in the way. And now the Suns will get it to KD in the low block. Oh, come on. That is a rubbish whistle. I'm not really sure what Spencer is supposed to do there, because he's just got his arm up and KD jumped and lost the ball, and the referees bought it. So, first free throws of the game for KD. It's going to be also very interesting to see who gets the bulk of the shots for the Suns, or is there going to be an even spread? KD at the free throw line, he's looked like the guy that's probably going to get the bulk of the responsibility, and he's missed his first free throw. So, missed his first shot and missed his first free throw. So, I guess that's a positive if you want to extract anything. Alrighty, so second free throw for KD is good, and it is now tied at 3 apiece. And it will be Spencer bringing the ball up for the Nets. He will get it to Bridges, pass it to Clax, trying to change direction and lose the defender, but he's not successful. And now Dinwiddie on the wing, picked up by Booker. It's good defense, but I don't know what Spencer is doing. Not passing the ball, he shoots the three and misses. That's a terrible offensive possession, because apart from Dinwiddie, no one really touched the basketball there, so the Nets will have to play defense again. Oh, for fuck's sake. Another 3-second call, bro. How many of these have they called this season? Clax is parked in the paint. And unfortunately, we're giving away more free throws. Oh, yep. I forgot the score. Shit. Thank you. Thanks very much. Alrighty. So now that we've actually got the score up. Technical free throw for Booker to give them their first lead of the game. It is good. And they are up 4-3 on the back of 2 free throws already being made. So Suns will trigger in from the side. Nurkic looking for a pass because he can't really shoot. Beal going to shoot a mid-range over Bridges. That's off. Rebound Nurkic. Oh, it's bully ball, but Cam Johnson with the block. And now Dinwiddie in transition. Johnson back to Dinwiddie. Swings it across to Thomas, and now we're playing half-court offense again. Because we didn't move it. Dinwiddie, Bridges, shoots a catch-and-shoot three, and that is off. The rebound by Metu, and now Booker will bring it forward. Leaves it for the trailing KD. Now he's going to play one-on-one. Guarded by Bridges. Backs him down. Kick out to Nurkic. Claxton sagged off. Please get the rebound. Thank you, Clax. Metu nearly got it amongst three Nets players. However, we did well there. Cam Thomas will drive. And the layup over Metu is good. And it seemed like a very slow tempo start to this game. I sense there's going to be a fair bit of isolation and running down the clock from Phoenix because you can sort of rely on that individual brilliance a little bit. Here's Beal on the wraparound. It's a good move to get to his spot, and he scores for two. And we've got to be a lot better trying to deny that, and because that just looked way too easy. It doesn't look like we fight through screens well enough. Thomas will accelerate again. Send it to the corner for Johnson, but Cam brought the attention across. Johnson, good move. Scores off the window for two, and it's 7-6 Nets. So I think the important thing is we've got to have players start well because we've had a lot of players struggle early on. It looks like we are playing some zones, some 2-3. KD swings it to the corner for Beal, shoots over Cam Johnson, and scores for two more. I think I saw this in the All Access by the Nets. That emphasis on, like, physicality. There's got to be far more physicality, man. From what I'm seeing early, you've got to make them fight. Dinwiddie lob, Claxton dunk, and it's 9-8, so it's lead change after lead change early in this one. We've already had, well, it's been score for score. The Nets have taken the lead, the Suns have taken the lead back, and we're already nearly 5 minutes into the game. Time flies. You're fucking kidding. Another 3-second call. Bro, Clax has got to be better as a 5-year player. What is he fucking doing? How many times, like, you've got to have a little bit more recognition for what you're doing. And, oh my god, KD's missed another free throw. He is not, like, he's uncharacteristically missing those shots. So Dayron checks in for Clax. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout as well in the early going. If you are enjoying thus far, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. We will do our first box score check of the match. Yep, box score time. Okay. And as you can see, for the Nets, Cam Johnson with 2. Cam Thomas has scored 5. I've put him in the spotlight because I feel like he needs a big game here and it's well overdue. It's been a good start for him. He has not missed. He scored 5. He leads the way for the Nets thus far, scoring-wise. And yeah, that is basically the gist of things. We're shooting the ball not too bad. Haven't turned the ball over, which is always an added bonus. And that's very essential against a team of Phoenix's caliber. For them, we've seen 4 from Beal, and Nurkic has already taken 3 shots. So the more shots Nurkic takes, the better. D-Book has not attempted a shot yet. They've been to the free throw line, though, and I suspect that may be a little bit of an issue, given KD is, well, very difficult to contain, and with that length, you're probably prone to giving away a few fouls because you can't reach the hand. You're going to be striking the arm every time you can test the shot. So you can't, like, we've got to be disciplined in that respect. But overall, not a bad start. I think it's going to be more a case today of trying to negate what the Suns are doing rather than actually, like, completely eliminate it. I think that's going to be impossible. So yeah, I think it's Well, it's not a bad start in 5 minutes holding them to 8 points. And we started the same way the other day as well. Like conceding 54 points. But then things just went off the rails, bro. If you are enjoying the stream thus far, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. As you can see in the top right hand corner of your screen, you can see that we are streaming tomorrow's game as well. Just about one of the toughest back-to-backs you could probably get. You know, the big three of Phoenix, just as they've returned, and afresh. And then obviously Denver, who have got Nikola Jokic, and he himself is a very difficult proposition, like, to defend. Like, how the hell are you going to defend that guy? When he is just a man mountain. Like, we have absolutely no one that can really size up against him. Maybe Day'Ron Sharpe is going to get an increased run. Going to be interesting to see. Metu gets it from the inbounds. KD sets the feet, shoots the three. Didn't get enough lift. And it actually, I think, went off the SUNS. And I don't know if it... Okay. I think... No, so Cam Johnson, I think, was trying to bat it off Chimezie Metu. It looked like it had gone through a hand before it went out of bounds after Johnson swatted it. Beal from the inbounds shoots the baseline too and he scores. And those are the things you absolutely cannot afford. From the inbounds, Bridges into the paint, shoots over Metu, and doesn't get the bounce. Day'Ron with the offensive board. We kick it out. Cam Thomas, the catch and shoot three. Over KD, it's off. Day'Ron fights again. Johnson gets the bounce. So good. Persistence on the glass. And yet again, Day'Ron Sharpe. Bro, he has been excellent in this recent stretch. Since the win streak, really. Beal will go baseline. He was held up well by CJ. And now D-Book on the outside will drive down the middle. Mikal stays with. Metu lost the ball going up. And the Nets force a turnover. Johnson, drive, lost the ball, but he was fouled. And I believe Devin Booker is the culprit. So it is going to be 2 free throws for the Nets. And this is a really good start. They're not being very aggressive getting the ball to KD because, like, that is something you would suspect if you're Frank Vogel, you flag that because he's got Dinwiddie on him. So he hasn't been getting too many touches on return thus far, KD. Cam Johnson makes the first. It's really been Beal, and I do like the Beal and the D Booker matchups. Like, I like Bridges guarding Book, and I don't mind CJ guarding Bradley Beal. The only issue is Cam Thomas is on Metu and Dinwiddie's guarding KD, so that's an interesting matchup. But obviously they value Spencer's post defense. Bro, Cam Thomas has got to be better. He's got to be physical. He's got to be boxing out because he's just allowed Metu a free run at it on the offensive glass. He responds with a foul being called in his favor as he went on attack mode. It's going to be 2 more shots at the line. And this time, I believe it's Nurkic picking it up. So, like, we've really got a lot of unfavorable matchups on the court when you compare the 2 starting 5s. So, it's going to be key that boxing out on the glass. Day'Ron's going to have an increased importance in that regard. He may actually, have to box out 2 as opposed to 1. It's bad enough guarding 1. So, especially if Cam Thomas can't box out and at least provide a helping hand, we're going to be in for a few issues. Nets up 3. Cam Thomas made both. Booker picked up by Bridges. We're playing 1-on-1, which I like. Booker, well covered, but KD's open for 3, and he's short on it, and a rebound. So KD has not scored the ball well early. Johnson to Day'Ron, looking for a handoff. Thomas now. Runner on one leg. That's off. Rebound Nurkic. And bro, Cam is just He's missing a lot of good shots these days. KD across to Little, Metu in the corner, gets the lift. And it turns out that apparently we need to scout Metu on the scouting report and not KD. So Cam Thomas will get into the paint, lay up over Nurkic, the block, and he fucking touched it as well. It was really unlucky. The ball just ricocheted right into him, and it was one of those things where it actually would have been our ball if Cam got out of the way, but unfortunately, we're a little bit unlucky there. So Cam will go to the bench, and the game is tied at 15. Doe checks in, and I love this matchup. KD is picked up by Finney-Smith, but that is already a foul. That was one of the softest fouls I've ever seen. I'm not really sure where the foul was, even though I know it was on like the navigation of the screen. I don't know where it was in that action, that process. KD weaves through, layup is good, and JV calls a timeout. So, well, there's just got to be a lot of improvement in actually getting in the lane there. O'Neal did nothing to get in the way. Dayron just let KD get past him. Finney-Smith as the on-ball defender didn't do too much. Sometimes there's things you absolutely can't prevent. Let's have a look at what chat is saying. It seems like they're trying to get Bill going. Well, it seems like... Well, they are... Like, Booker has been very conservative in the opening. We will see the box score here that... In the box score here that KD only just scored his first points of the game. Bradley Beal has been good for them. They are not shooting the 3-ball well, and that's primarily because KD can't buy a 3-ball. Chimezie Metu was 5. So I don't think people anticipated him scoring, well, the second most points to this stage in the game for the Suns. Devin Booker has not scored a field goal, but he has done a great job of facilitating. He's got 4 dimes already. They're shooting the ball well overall at 50%. The Nets, well, we are 5 of 13 thus far. So not great there, but I mean, a good thing is we aren't turning the ball over. The bad thing is the inefficiency has started to lift. We have missed, I believe, 4 of our last 5 shots, made 1 of our last 5. So yeah, I mean, CJ started well. Mikal has not scored the ball, which is a little bit problematic. I do like how Spencer hasn't taken too many shots. I think he had the most shots. He had the most shots against the Sacramento Kings with, I think, 21. Or sorry, it may have been Cam Thomas. I think Dinwiddie was second. But in the first half, I think he did have the clear most shots. So I'm not minding who's taking the shots here. It's just the conversion is a little bit wayward. But yeah, a good start for Phoenix. And not an awful start by our standards either. I think it's, as I've said, and I'm probably going to say numerous times today, it's about negating the influence, not necessarily stopping it. And I think we have to at least try to make things more difficult. It's going to be about the processes today and the method in which we go about it. And I don't think it's been that awful for the most part. There's a fair bit of dialogue on the bench between CJ and Cam Thomas, which is, like, it's good because CJ is one of the leaders, essentially. He's one of the more experienced players on the team, even though a lot of people say, like, he's a part of the young core. Well, he's like 28, so he's a good leader to have, though, I think. Dayron on the outside, looking for the handoff to Bridges. Gets it to him now. The switch. KD trailing, and he swats him. And, well, that's just going to be the issue, right? Mikal's going to have to get those shots up quicker and not really take time hesitating. I think if there's an opportunity to try score at the rim instead of taking the mid-range, I think you've got to take it because you've got Dayron, who just shot a 3. Okay, well, I don't mind him trying it, but probably not now. KD shoots over Bridges. misses again. They get the long rebound and they'll go again. Little with the offensive board. And he will look for Booker, but Dinwiddie read the pass, and now a turnover. Dinwiddie across court to O'Neal. Pump fake. Dinwiddie. Other corner for Finney-Smith. The three is off. Dayron nearly batted it to himself, but unfortunately, a bit unfortunate. Oh, come on, Mikal. You fucking idiots. Mikal just got the foul called on him. Like, the ball was in dispute and Mikal didn't go to the ground first, and usually the first player to not show that hesitancy and get their hands dirty, they're going to be the beneficiary. And, well, the Suns still have the ball for a reason. It's because Little hustled. Finney-Smith guarding KD. One-legged jumper by KD. You can't stop those. And it's 15-19. The way of the Suns. Dinwiddie will drive, get into the paint, bit of touch and feel. I don't know how we didn't get the whistle there. We got the offensive rebound through Dinwiddie, who's just standing in the mid-range doing fuck all, gets into the paint, the kick out to Doe, pump fake, got by KD, verticality on Nurkic, and he scored for two off the window. Nice little angle there by Doe, and it's 19-17. The defense is pretty good. Pretty good in this first quarter. Booker, kick out to Little for three on the catch. Rhythm jumper was off, but Booker got the offensive board. KD, Utah the three, and wow, he badly missed that. Badly. Nurkic, KD the cutter, shoots the mid-range, and gets the soft bounce off the rim. Cannot emphasize the importance of hustling on those offensive boards, man. Because we haven't done a very good job of hustling. Oh, wow. Dayron, the spin move. He was able to draw the foul there. Did not get the bounce. But I'm liking the post moves by Dayron. And he looks very, very mobile when he does it as well. It doesn't look too clunky. It's very rapid and sort of gets the defense on skates. So, small ball 5 here, it looks like. For the Suns here. Because Nurkic to the bench. Actually, no. Drew Eubanks is ready to check in alongside Goodwin. Dayron misses the first. Cannot emphasize enough. The rebounds, bro. We haven't been too good in that department today. At least on the offensive side. We've given him a lot of extra looks. And for an offense this good, you can't be doing that. Dayron, the second shot is good. Dayron's been really good at getting to the free throw line, man. I think that's been a really underrated part of his game. Watford is in. So we're nearly playing an all-bench lineup here. Come on, man. What a shit foul to concede, bro. You're kidding. It's a 3-second call. Again. They've already gotten 2 free throws from this spot. How many you've got to have a little bit of recognition for what you're doing. Recognize what you're doing, Dayron, man. Walked into the paint, stayed in the paint, and he didn't step outside. He never stood outside of the fucking paint. What an idiot. We've given away 3 points or 2 points, an extra bucket because of that rubbish. Beal shoots over the top of Dayron. That is a very good contest by Dayron. Highly contested. Forced the bad miss. O'Neal the pump fake. Why did he do that? Oh my god. Dayron with the one hand collected it. It was actually a good pass by O'Neal. And another 2 points for Dayron Sharp. So, who would have thought he was going to be a focal point of our offense in this game? Eubanks. Spin move over Dayron Sharp. He had to have been standing on the sideline, Goodwin, as he fought for it with Watford. Watford was in, and Goodwin was standing out, and it will be Nets ball. So, Dayron's been a really key cog in our defense, in our offense, basically everything today. And probably the same could be said for, like, the previous couple of games. Bridges contested 3, it's off. Long rebound by Dayron again. He's an absolute machine in this regard. O'Neal, oh my god, that was the most dodgy pass I've ever seen. Dayron went for a no-look to Watford, who was sitting in the dunker spot, but it went off the foot of Phoenix, and it will be Nets ball. Cam Johnson will return to the game, the 129 mark, and oh my god, he sent Dayron to the bench. What are you doing? We've been getting all these offensive rebounds because of one individual. Watford hands it off to Bridges. Shoots the midi. Got it. And I believe that's his first make of the game from the field. So that's important for Mikal. And now it'll be KD bringing it up. Picked up by Doe. Switch. Watford guarding him. Doe blitzes. And now Utah on the outside. Looking for a pass. Gets it back to KD. KD, the lob attempt to Eubanks wasn't on. O'Neal got in the way. Another turnover for Phoenix. It's Cam Johnson. The other way picked up by Eubanks on the outside. He'll drive and pass to the corner for Bridges, who takes it all in one motion and scores from the corner. He's been very good with corner threes as well. And he's lifted in threes overall in the last stretch of games where his offensive production has really lifted. Goodwin rolls. Utah was open on the wing. He badly missed it. A number of Nets players hustle to get that rebound, even though Eubanks was in the best position. Bridges again! He's fouled by KD! We're gonna get free throws. And ever since Booker went to the bench, they've looked like they've found a lot of difficulty in actually navigating the offense. So 3 shots here for Mikal to get the lead up to 6. Going into quarter time nearly, it's important we get the stops. But I think a really important part of how we've gotten this lead thus far and how we've held them to 22 points is the fact that we've actually gotten the ball out of the big three's hands for the most part. Beal has probably had the most shots. KD has been a little bit standoffish. Bullshit. Everyone thought it was 2 shots, not 3. So we were already ready to get back on defense. I guess that sort of speaks volumes about the mindset we've had thus far. But yeah, D-Book's also been standoffish as well. We've made 3 free throws. Wait, why does it only say 2? Bro, they've got interns operating the scores on the Yes Network, bro. It's actually ridiculous. The same thing happened last game. They were adding 7 points for a 3-pointer, bro. 5-second difference between shot and game. Bradley Beal is in. Picked up by O'Neal. It's good defense. Forces the turnover. And now the Nets with 5 to shoot. Bridges drives. Kick out. Open 3. O'Neal. Yes! Royce! What a first quarter by the Nets. What an end to the start of this game. First period is done and dusted. Let's have a look at the chat. Simon, Buccaneers fan on Twitch. Welcome to the stream, guys. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back in 24 hours for Nets versus whoever the hell we're playing, the Nuggets. This is the situation at the moment for the Nets. Since we've the Suns benched Booker because he's on 2 personals, and Dorian Finney-Smith came into the game and such, we've gotten a lot of contribution. We've already been to the line 9 times, which is really unprecedented. 5 offensive rebounds, 3 of those Dayron Sharp, so he's been really, really good to start things off. Even though he's a -3 in the plus-minus, we're not shooting it too great, but it is those offensive rebounds and the lack of turnovers, which is really placing us in good stead to have this sizable advantage going into the second quarter. If you look further down, The Suns have only taken, they've taken one less shot. They've had 6 offensive rebounds, but the thing really doing them in at the moment is those turnovers. They've already had 5. Man, Bradley Beal is a negative 16. Watanabe, Eubanks, their bench has stunk. And our bench has really flourished in that first quarter. You can see Beal has had 6 points, but he's been a part of a group, a 5-man unit that has really struggled. And KD has gone 3 of 7. That's not awful, but he's 2 of 4 at the line. He hasn't done, it hasn't been a KD type performance, which I'm really accustomed to, having watched him so many times in a Nets uniform. And D-Book hasn't even taken a shot. He's had 2 personal fouls already to his name, so that is putting him in a little bit of trouble with regards to, those minutes and how long he can be on the floor. And that has really had a knock-on effect with the way the Suns have struggled from the field. They're 1 of 9 from 3, and I think, well, that's a great response. And KD's had quite a few good looks as well. So I guess this is sort of a surprise because I thought the Suns would cook in the early going. I'm not saying that they won't later in the game, but I really expected a better start from them. That being said, the big 3 probably still trying to find that cohesion. So the Nets will start things through a CJ3, and it is good. And we are on a ridiculous run at the moment. I don't know what the run is, but I think it's a 14-0 run. We were down 22-20. I think we were down 22-18 when the 3-second violation was called. Booker is back in on 2 fouls. He's picked up by Finney-Smith. They want the screen with Beal. Drive by Booker. Layup is off. Rebound, Cam Thomas. Get there. He does. And now the Nets will push the pace again. Thomas, Watford, back to Thomas. Corner 3. Johnson. Yes! It's working! Yes! Small ball 5 is working, and I just criticized it about 3 minutes ago. But what it is forcing is Eubanks to have to guard the perimeter. Johnson the block, and that has to be a take foul. Has to be a take foul. 19-0 run for the Nets. It was 22-18 the Suns' way since 19-0 the Nets' way. So the first 18 points we scored, we gave up 22. The last 19 points we've scored, we've given up 0. Staggering turnaround. I don't know how that wasn't a take foul. They fouled us in transition, bro. O'Neal on the outside. Thomas drives on Eubanks. Stops, and he travelled. Fuck. And I think it did move. You could sort of see on the broadcast his foot shuffle. It's almost like he was trying to mask it. That's great defense because we trapped Beal. We had 2 defenders in front of Beal, and then obviously Johnson was the help defense from behind. So it's those concerted team efforts that are really going to help us out here against a really skilled Suns offense. Booker picked up by O'Neal. He's going to drive. Good defense. Oh, tough mid-range. And that breaks a very, very long run by the Brooklyn Nets where we've gone lights out. And it was on the back of a turnover. You're fucking kidding. 2 turnovers in 2 possessions after we didn't have any up until that point. Fuck's sake, Iron Eagle is an absolute curse. Because he didn't say we had a turnover, and then we get hit with 2 consecutive turnovers in 2 possessions, and now he's bringing on Claxton, so now we're eliminating the threat of the small ball lineup. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but we're up 13, and I didn't think I could really expect this. That's lost by Metu. It was a good backdoor cut, but he could not handle the rock. And now Cam Thomas will use the Claxton screen, and now in a switch, picked up by Little on the wing. He drives down the middle, lost the ball, got it back. It's going to be waved off, but of course it went down. That is the 2nd consecutive possession. We have had a stoppage, and Cam Thomas has made the shot after the whistle. So At least he's seeing the shots fall, so I think that is a plus, I guess. Watford, Finney Smith, Claxton, O'Neill, and Cam Thomas, the 5 on the floor. So Cam clearly the number 1 scoring option here. Watford into Claxton. Knocked away. Booker. Oh, that is a really good timeout call by JV, man. Because Cam Thomas looked like he was in a world of trouble. Booker came over to blitz, and Cam Thomas nearly looked overwhelmed by the occasion. But we do have a timeout. I'm going to look in the chat and see what you lot are saying. Okay. Did Ben go on the West Coast road trip? He did. We had no turnovers in the first quarter. Yeah, we've said that. And now it's just gone to shit. Last 3 possessions looked a little bit disjointed. If you are enjoying the stream, what the hell are you doing? Drop a like on it. And we'll be back tomorrow in 24 hours. So if you want to see some good vibes, as we're seeing here, well, come enjoy the good vibes with fellow like-minded Nets fans, man. So we are witnessing a nice little buffer at the moment, and it's pretty unprecedented because I don't think in the first quarter we anticipated a 19-0 run was going to be on the cards. But here we are. So the Suns are shooting it absolutely abysmally at the moment, and the 6 turnovers doesn't help. We are shooting the ball quite well at 45% from the field, 46% from 3. Cam Thomas has done some really nice things, but I think the 2 steals that he's got is testament to the way the Nets have played. We've already got 5 steals and 2 blocks, so defensively been really, really active and really, really good. Cam Johnson already is 12, and he has not missed a shot, so we are clearly dominating in a number of areas. Keep the turnovers down, and we will be okay. There has been a few turnovers seep in the last couple of minutes, and I'm sort of a little bit conscious of that because they have resulted in extra opportunities for Phoenix. But I mean, it all starts on the defensive end, ladies and gents. What's my favorite soccer team? It is Everton. Yeah, Everton never shone so brightly. All right. So 37-24, the Nets went on a 19-0 run, bridging the first and second quarters. Cam Johnson is the high man with 12, and obviously relishing the return or the opportunity to return to Phoenix and show off in front of his former home crowd. KD is on the side right now. Beal and Booker on the floor. Watford gets it from the inbounds. He's going to drive on Metu, and he scores with a little push shot. He's a specialist at those. He rarely misses the ones on the interior if he gets the defender off balance. He's able to find that little bit of separation and score well. JV lauding his players and encouraging them to keep up the intensity on the side with the professional Steve Nash clap. Booker is doubled. Skip pass to Goodwin. Picked up by O'Neill. Oh my God. What can you do about that? Goodwin's just banked it in, off the window, in the corner, on a mid-range. And that was good defense by Royce. Nothing you can do about that. That is a very ideal defensive possession by the Nets. Cam Thomas puts the head down, shoots high off the window. I'm not a fan of that. And D-Book with the strong rebound. Backdoor cut by Little. Defensive breakdown. And I would not be surprised if Dorian Finney-Smith gets sent to the bench on the back of that, because he was not alert to what was going on under the basket. Watford to the corner for Finney-Smith. Out to Johnson. Good cut by O'Neill. Down the middle. The layup is good. And that is what happens when you play 5 out. The Suns can't really guard the paint. Booker is badly off on the 3. Johnson with the rebound. And now he will survey the floor. Finney-Smith had Metu in the air. Picked up his dribble. O'Neal for three. That is well off. You knew as soon as he shot it that was heavily misdirected. Booker picked up by Finney-Smith. They have, got no one on the floor at the moment, the Suns, man. Little, driving kick. Three for Goodwin. The three is off. Rebound by Johnson. So, 7:40 to play. Johnson out to O'Neal for three. It is off. That is a bit of a bold sort of three-point attempt right there. Booker is fouled +1. That is a bit poor. CJ was just standing there trying to draw a charge. I think what he should have probably done is actually tried to get in the way of Booker and sort of block off that little bit of space. Instead, Booker was able to weave through two defenders and score. Finney-Smith picks up another foul. Nurkic is back into the game. And I would like to see Dayron get some minutes here with Nurkic back on the floor. So Finney-Smith will go to the bench. Claxton is in. Actually, no, O'Neal has gone to the bench. Cam Johnson is on the bench. I think he's got 3 personals, CJ, if the foul was called on him. Booker gets the free throw to go. And with 7.5 to play, Dinwiddie is checked back in. Claxton is checked back in. And Bridges has checked back in. Utah is also in for the Suns. Bridges changes direction. Gets under the basket. The kick out to Dinwiddie. Top of the key. Thought about it. Shot the 3. Missed it. Finney-Smith! The knock-in! On the offensive glass. I don't know how he's gotten that to go. Booker with the cut down the middle. That's another foul. And where on earth is the whistle? Do you call a challenge on this? Would it be stupid to challenge this call? No. Well, yeah, apparently it is. Because we didn't challenge it. Dinwiddie thought and was adamant that he did not do anything on that drive attempt by Booker, but it ain't going to change the decision, and the Suns are getting a few free throws here just to remain in touch, and that is a dangerous game we're playing here. Second free throw by Booker is good, and so the Nets have the lead cut back down to 10. The largest lead was about 15, I do believe. Watford hands it off to Bridges. Picked up by Metu on the outside. He drives. Gets into the paint. That has to be a whistle! What the fuck is that bullshit, bro? How many times do they call that with other players, man? Booker out to Metu for 3 over Watford. This is going to be the player. I can already see it. Last game it was Trey Lyles. Today it's Chemezi Metu, who was decided to start scoring 3-pointers. I actually think he is leading their scoring right now. Dinwiddie the drive. There's a foul, and it will be on Utah. See, I think, personally, the foul before that wasn't called on Bridges was more obvious than the one that was just called for Dinwiddie. Yeah, Spencer got called for a whistle that didn't exist. A foul that didn't exist. That is absolutely ridiculous. We should have actually challenged that. And we would have gotten possession. So we've given up a lot of points which were easily preventable. KD returns now at the 6:19 mark. Refreshed. Obviously been on the bench for some time now. Booker will head off. So it's interesting how they're staggering it. KD usually playing by himself, and then Booker and Beal sharing the floor. So it's like they're letting KD rule the world. Dinwiddie is short on that free throw. Oh, wow, they've just passed it to Finney-Smith. They didn't even get it up the floor. Watford down the middle. Bridges open for 3. It's off, man. Finney-Smith, the miss. Bro, what is Claxton doing? Doe had the offensive rebound right then. Claxton's knocked it away. KD hits a 3. And what can you possibly say? We are shooting ourselves in the foot with those sort of bullshit sequences. Claxton, good dunk. And, bro, I think, mate, those lobs look better and better every single game those two play together. Nurkic, right under the basket, scores for two. He wanted a whistle. He didn't get it. It's 46-41. So the Suns have done well to fight back into the contest. Dinwiddie will get into the paint, shoot the layup, and score +1. And you could see he lost the ball midair, was still able to somehow manipulate it to go down. And Dinwiddie is causing a few issues as he remains the focal point of the offense with no Cam Thomas on the court and Mikal Bridges seeming to play a little bit more off-ball. So I'm a fan if Spencer actually goes for the high percentage looks and the ones that are on offer, as opposed to those where he's either chucking up bullshit threes, he's not passing the ball, that sort of stuff. Bro, Spencer cannot make a fucking free throw, man. He gets these looks. He complains about not getting the whistle, and then he can't even make a free throw. That pass to KD was a little bit dodgy. Nearly got the steal there. It's a good rotation by the Nets. Little out to Goodwin. Picked up by Bridges. They got 2 to shoot. It's another turnaround 2 by Goodwin as the shot clock expired, and you live for those. Watford into the paint. He's going to roll it back out and give it to Johnson. Back to Watford into the paint. That's got to be a foul. And it is +1 again. Can we make a fucking free throw, man? Jesus Christ. All these and ones. So many points we're leaving to be desired, man. So Watford is someone I actually trust more at the free throw line than Spencer. And Spencer's a combo guard, man. Watford obviously heard what I was saying and he made the free throw. So we're picking him up at full court, which is interesting. Goodwin. Screen used. KD is doubled. Rotation across. It's good defense. Dinwiddie does well, but then he just let KD get by him. KD couldn't get the reverse layup to go. Clax was there. Dinwiddie to Watford down the middle. Layup is good. And there's a timeout. And there you're seeing the full effect of running the break. And early offense, KD was well behind the play because he was still on the ground. He hadn't even bypassed half court yet. And obviously that meant that there was going to be the open man somewhere. There were going to be holes in the defense for Phoenix. And we capitalized. So the lead's back up to 12. A nice little run here by the Nets again. We've had a couple of those in this game, and it's allowed us to, well, have this lead and maintain it, for a long period of time. Let's have a look at what the chat is saying right now. Ivan, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. Hope everyone is doing well. Watford should get more minutes, bro. This is the problem when you have too many wings, you have too many guards. He's a wing and he's a guard. There's nothing you can do. This is the problem with having so many good players on one team. There's only so many minutes to go around. I'm sure that those Harry Giles fans are probably saying, well, where's his minutes? Well, he can't get them because we've got Daron Sharp playing like a superb backup big. Let's have a look at the stat lines for the Nets. Not shooting the three as well as of recently. Cam Johnson doesn't have a personal, so they just sent him to the bench unprovoked. Mikal isn't even shooting the ball well. It has just been the fact the offense is, well, flowed because we've been getting to the line, getting offensive rebounds, keeping the turnovers limited, and overall we've been really, really disciplined on the defensive side of the ball. Very switched on today. The rotations have been superb. We've made the Suns wind down the shot clock more often than not, and they've run themselves into trouble a number of times. Spencer's 5 dimes, which is a good number to have, especially when you got 0 turnovers. And then as we look down at Phoenix, you will see that they've already had 7 turnovers, so significantly more than us. Only the 3 threes made, only the 8 free throw attempts, which I think is a testament to how well we've been playing defensively. And obviously their field goal percentage is well down in comparison to ours. So We're getting out rebounded by one, but that's just about the only area we are getting done in. Every other part of the game, we've had an advantage, and it's showing on the scoreboard. We're up 12, been up since probably the start of the end of the first quarter, and that's just the strong momentum has seeped into the second quarter. Defensively, looked good. The Suns haven't done too much inspiring work on the offensive side, so that's helping us out a little bit. And it's really helping that, like, Beal, KD, and D Book, they just have not really caught fire yet, which is a little bit worrying because we've got a long way to go. But the mindset's been excellent. Like, we're picking up plays a full court, making things difficult. That's what you want to see. It's about the method, as I've said. Beal out to Little. How is Booker open for three? And he knocks it down. He's way too good to miss those. We did well for about 15 seconds of that 24-second interval, but, you know, they found an open look. Bro, how is that not a push, bro? Mikal's being shoved in the back, no whistle. And we're in the bonus, so we would have gotten shots. Claxton, got to pass it, or get one up. I think he had me off guard because I was looking for an open man in the corners, and instead Clax scored over two men, most specifically Nurkic. So back up to 11. Booker will drive on Claxton, kick it out to Little, shoots the three, and that is very well done by Clax. Force the Booker pass. I'd rather Little take threes all day over D-Book take a layup. Dinwiddie one-on-one with Little guarding him. Watford back to Dinwiddie. Screen used. Watford was open for three. Thought about it. Then shot it. Didn't get the lift. Claxton, he was pushed. And KD is in the shits. And, bro, that is a bailout of sorts. Because, well, Claxton was falling out of play. He ended up in, like, the fifth row. And let's have a look at the push. Very soft. And Clax, I reckon, put a little bit of mayo on that one, to be honest. He obviously took a little bit of time just to take in the crowd before returning. And now he's at the free throw line to shoot a couple of free throws. So, yeah, we had no business getting free throws out of that possession right there. Claxton is good on the first. And he is, as I've said, time and time again, that guy is so improved from the free throw line, man. He's shooting it superbly, at least for his standards. I really want to see that stat at halftime, what his shooting split is from the line. One free throw made, the second lined up now, and he shoots and doesn't get the bounce, so 1 of 2, and the lead is up to a dozen. So we got a point out of nothing, really. Booker just... Oh, that is so trash. Bro, Mikal's got to be so much better than that. At least check him a little bit, because he was just able to bypass him so easily. Oh my god, Claxton nearly put Nurkic, I think, on a poster. Transition 3 was not shot by Little. Instead, Beal has it on the opposite wing. KD, bounce pass to Beal. Booker on the outside over Watford. Nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing you can do there. Zero you can do. It's now a 7-point game. Dinwiddie. Drive. Out to Bridges. Response. No. And it's knocked away by Nurkic. What? How the fuck is that their ball? Booker has 15. I think that's probably helped them out a little bit, hasn't it? So Thomas, Bridges, Claxton, Dinwiddie, Johnson, the 5 on the floor that started the game, on the floor now for the Nets. Beal, Nurkic, swatted, but it's going to be a goaltend. And it's back down to 5. It was 5 earlier in the quarter, but the Nets were able to get a bit of reinforcement. That was probably just on the way down. So Important we get a couple of scores here, I think, to close out the half. The Suns playing nearly their starting five. They've got Little in, though, instead of Metu. Thomas got to score those. He got his own miss. He kicked it out to Johnson, who shoot from way downtown, and he scored and got it back up to 8. And sometimes fortune's just got to go your way. And on that occasion, it's fair to say that's exactly what happened. Booker knocked Bridges. No whistle called. Booker into the paint. Layup is off. And Bridges, I swear, got fouled twice on that sequence. It will be Booker going to the line, but Bridges looks a little bit shaken up. So he got knocked away the first time, and then, ooh, elbow to the face. Fucking hell. And he's probably bleeding. That's definitely got him shaking because he's still hands on knees. Let's have a look. Isn't that supposed to be an offensive foul? If you get hit like that? Because he's just swung his arm back into Bridges. Well, isn't that a foul the other way? Like, he's just gone like this to create the separation, of course, so no malice intended, but the guy's been absolutely armbarred. How the hell? All right, well, 2 shots coming up for D-Book. 59-51 the lead for the Nets. 2 shots for D-Book, though. The first rims out. So Goodwin back in for the Suns. The 5 on the floor now is Beal. Hold on. Make for Booker. Beal, Little. Beal, Booker, Little. KD, and it is Goodwin. Bridges, down the middle. Oh my god, Claxton 3! Claxton! Clax! He hit a 3! First shot, first make. And there's a foul on Spencer. KD's having some words with Clax, probably asking, well, why the fuck did you not do that when I was here? What the hell? Corner 3 from Clax. That's more like it. Let's see that a little bit more. He's been saving it. He's had it in his back pocket for God knows how long. There's another 2 free throws coming up for KD because Spencer's just giving away fouls here. And I don't know if they're actually there. I think it could partially be theatrics and KD selling it a little bit, but yeah. Can we just not commit fouls, please? 3 personals for Spencer, but he remains on. I don't know why you'd risk it. Watford's had a pretty good first half, so I wouldn't be opposed to running him, but 62-54 the score. Cam Thomas. Bridges again knocked, but no whistle. Cam Thomas. Drive. That had to be a foul, and it will be on one of Little or Goodwin. Claxton making a 3, though. That still has me on cloud 9, dude. Where are the 3s, man? Shoot them more, Clax. I know you're probably going to miss a ton of them, but I'd rather you take a couple a game and give a little bit of extra pressure and add a little bit more threat to our offense. That just adds a whole new complexion to our offensive, well, the way we operate on the offensive side of the ball. So Cam Thomas at the free throw line made the first, and now he's got one to come here. So 5 on the floor is the starting 5. No, it's not. Watford is in. So it looks like JV heard my call, and he has returned into the game for Spencer Dinwiddie. Cam Thomas makes both, gets it up to 10, and I think it's essential we don't let them off late in this half, because we've done it on numerous occasions where we give away some bullshit foul as the shot clock winds down. Beal to Little in the corner, drives on Claxton, always going to be a tough shot, but Little is just a little bit better on that occasion, and it is back down to 8, and the Nets will probably hold for 1. There's a 3-second difference between shot and game, and it'll be Cam Thomas at the logo, just going to let the clock run down a little. It's interesting to see what's actually going to arise of this sequence. Switch, Johnson, top of the key, well guarded by Beal, and it's knocked away. KD, wanna shoot, shot. Oh, that was nearly, well, an incredible shot there by KD on one leg, and I would have backed him in to make it, but that is the half, and I tell you what, I'm very impressed. Not with that final offensive possession, because, like, we're going to have a bit more plan, man. If you're going to run down the clock, you've actually got to do something in the final few seconds. I would have actually rathered Cam Thomas just play ISO ball and chuck up some bullshit as the clock expired, as opposed to Cam Johnson losing it, top of the key. That is the most shallow part of the court. So you really leave yourself vulnerable. You leave yourself vulnerable out of turnover. So they nearly got a bucket to go, and that would have been an absolute stab to the heart going into the half. But what a great first half by this team. I mean, I tell you what a response. That second quarter could have actually gotten away from us. We conceded 34 points. When you look at the first quarter, we only shipped off 22. So it's fair to say that the Suns offense really started to, catch fire in that second quarter. And it was because Devin Booker decided it's my time. He didn't have a point, or he did have a point, but only a solitary point going into the second quarter. And he was exceptional in that quarter and very efficient, scoring 17 in that half, 16 in that quarter. And he's also had the 7 dimes, only the 1 turnover, gotten to the line. So he's been pretty important in keeping them in this contest. Bradley Beal didn't really shoot the ball in that second quarter. Kevin Durant has 13, but it hasn't been a hallmark KD game, if you will. He's only had the 9 shots, 13 points. It's been a little bit standoffish. A lot of the free throws he's gotten haven't really been, it hasn't been because of his shot creation. It's been because, we've been a little bit undisciplined and they've sort of let them off. But overall, they're only shooting 30% from 3, so if we can keep that down as much as possible, we're in with a fighting chance. And while they're shooting 50% from the field, it was a lot lower in the first quarter, but it's understandable it's now at 50% with that 34-point second quarter. Their bench is absolutely getting cooked, but Nas Little has been pretty decent for them. He's been a part of the teams that have gotten them back, or the 5-man units that have gotten them back into this game. As you can see here for the Nets, as I update the Cam Thomas stat lines here, Cam Thomas has 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He's not shooting it efficiently, but he is getting to the free throw line. And an interesting thing that I did not bring up pre-game was that Cam Thomas, post-injury, has only been to the free throw line on an average of 2 attempts per game, as opposed to 6 attempts prior to the injury. So for him to have 4 free throws already in the games preceding this one, and after the injury, he's only had 7 free throws, and he's been back for the best part of 3 or 4 games already. A bit more than that. So, it's been a bit more than that. So for him to have 4 free throws right now and nearly he's already halfway there to what he's been doing in the last 4 or 5 games. That's a really good sign. Spencer Dinwiddie only taking the 4 shots and having 6 dimes. I think that's really, really important. The personal fouls, he's been a little bit like he's got to get a grip on that. But the good thing is only 3 turnovers as a whole in that first half is really helping us out. 17 free throws, 8 offensive rebounds. Good hustle in that area. The 3 balls going down, not as well as I probably would have liked. 37% is basically league average. But last game, there was an emphasis post-game about the amount of threes we weren't taking and how we had to take more, and we've taken 19 already. So, look, shooting the ball pretty well, turnovers down, offensive rebounds up, that is always a positive. Bro, Cam Johnson, man, 5 of 5 from the field, 5 boards, 4 dimes, 1 steal, 2 blocks. He is absolutely stuffed the stat sheet in the first half. But as we've seen way too many times this season, the first half does not translate to the second half. So it's going to be key that he does not fall off a cliff going into the second half. And he actually, like, there's been a lot of discourse around Cam Johnson and the fact he hasn't delivered and the fact he's not worth the contract, which, I mean, his play has not warranted the contract, but does that mean you put him in a trade machine immediately? No. He's really responded today, though. Clax has been really good, and it's been more the offensive side of things. He hit a 3. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see that? Can you see that? No, that is not your eyes making you trip out. That is not your eyes making you trip out. It is absolutely ridiculous, right? Absolutely ridiculous that we are seeing Claxton with 1 made 3. 1 made 3. And yes, you're probably wondering, why the hell is this bloke getting so excited about 1 made 3? It's because it was his first 3 of the season, I think. If not his second. And last year, he barely took him. So for him to make it out of absolutely nowhere is very, very surprising, yet exciting. Mikal Bridges, bro, this is the guy that needs to catch fire in the second half. It's got to be him, and it's got to be Cam. You know? Like, the really good thing is that, as we've said on many occasions this season, look, it's like we're seeing 4 of 17 from those two combined. Cam Thomas and Mikal Bridges, 4 of 17, 2 of 7 from 3. I feel like I'm doing this every game where there's like 2 starters who do not play well. And if you factor Dinwiddie into that mix, you're 5 of 21. So 5 of 21 is 3 of our players, and then 9 from 11 shots is Claxton and Cam Johnson. So, and they haven't missed the 3 as well, and Clax has taken 1. So, those guys need to lift in the second half, shooting a combined 2 of 9 from 3 as well. If those guys lift and shoot the ball at a higher percentage, it's not that they're not getting the shots, because they are. Mikal Bridges has taken the right amount of shots. He should be taking this many shots more often than not. He should be taking the most in a half. But that percentage is absolutely unacceptable, and he has had a lot of open looks. He's going to have to really emphasize driving it, I do think, in the second half. I don't want to see mid-ranges from him as much as I do think he relies on that a lot. I want to see him use that length. There is going to be space on the interior, especially if we play those 5-man out lineups that we have sort of been playing on and off here and there sparingly in that first half. So I think he's got to lift. He's played the most minutes. He has to deliver. He can't go another 2 of 10 in the second half. And equally, Cam Thomas cannot go 2 of 7. I'm happy for Dinwiddie to go 1 of 4 if he's going to have 6 more dimes in the second half. So, yeah, that's my takeaways from the first half. Let's have a look at what people are saying in the chat. Claxton free throws has improved. Don't want to bring up how he shot 1 of 11 during that 2022 span. Yeah, it was a really bad period of time. Those those free throws, but I think it's important. Let's have a quick look here at like just to quantify what's going on here, right? So, okay, that's exactly not what I want. Is it this? I think it's this. So you can see free throws. Free throws. Free throw percentage in 2022-3 season was 54%. And then the best mark he had was 58%, but he barely got to the line. This season he has taken only 2.3 attempts per game. He is shooting it though at 60%, which is not awful. And today he made, I think, one of two, or he may have made both. I don't remember. So, yeah. And from 3, as you can see, he did not attempt a 3, or hasn't attempted a 3 for about 3 years. As you can see by the amount of like average attempts, he's never shot more than 0.5 in a season per game. And as you can see, when he did, he was 14.5%. So he's going to go from 14% to 20% to 0.00 to now 100% in this season, which is sort of funny if you think about it. So there you have it. Let me just get the Suns game back up. But yeah, what a half, man. Great half. Team stats, I think that's an important thing to look at as well. We will just note fast break points, 10-3. We only had 2 fast break points in the first half against Phoenix. 2 fast break points in the whole game versus the Kings. We've now got 10 in this half versus Phoenix. Points off turnovers, I believe. Yeah, well, they've had 7 turnovers and we've had 10 points off those turnovers, which is good. Yeah, and then points in the paint, 28-24. We've kept them out of the interior, which is good. There's been a lot of contested layup attempts by Phoenix, and that is where the JV emphasis of protecting the paint comes in. So we've been pretty good in that respect as well. And the steals and blocks, that's really good. 6 steals, 2 blocks. That's really aided and fed into that fast break sort of game we want to be playing. That voice crack was disgusting. So yeah, that is the half right there. I think it's going to be, well, I say it should be Operation Stop Devin Booker in the second half, but that being said, we've got to stop KD and Bradley Beal. So I'm not too excited about what is to come. But you know what? It's been a really good, really spirited first half by this team. I think what happens from here, I think defensively, not just defensively, we've had a lot of heart in this game. And that was always going to be important. You had to do that going in. So it's really good to see that we're delivering in that respect. Because we had to. We've had to deliver in on both sides of the floor, and heart and work rate and ethic is all that. Well, that's all incredibly important to the way we've been playing today. Defensively, being very disciplined, rolling across, the rotations have been strong, the rebounding's been good, the gang rebounding, because there's been a few chances there for the Suns to get more offensive rebounds on top of the ones they've already had. But yeah. So, alrighty. JV seems to have Mikal concentrating on his defense and Cam Thomas on his passing. Should, yeah, look, it's, I don't think, like, JV has Mikal concentrating on defense. He's given him 10 shots. He's had the bulk of the offense in this match. Or more offense than most. He's taken the most shots of any net. I think he's taken the most shots of anyone in the game. So, I don't think his, like, defense is just like a thing that's in Mikal's game, in his arsenal. But I think the way the team's constructed, like, offense is the focal point. So it's going to be really important that in the second half, he still has those opportunities. Number one, he doesn't fall away. We give him those looks and he actually knocks down the shot, because obviously getting the ball to him is only one part of the method, the process. How do you feel about us being involved in Donovan Mitchell trade talks? I don't think there's much merit to them. I think it's not going to happen. Who the hell are we going to trade? There's no one to trade. There's picks, but bro, you can only attach so many picks before it becomes overkill. And we don't have the players, I think, to supplement something like that. I don't think we have the players that would supplement. Yeah, I don't think we have the players that would supplement a trade like that. If anything, I think we could go for Garland. I don't know how good Garland has been this season. I don't think he's been great. I think his value may have gone down with the way he's been playing, but we need a scoring guard, don't we? How good would Garland be on this Nets team? I think he'd be pretty... He wouldn't be a great defender. I don't know how good of a defender he is, but obviously he's smaller than Spencer, so certain matchups he'd get absolutely cooked. But I think that's a far better acquisition, I think, for this Nets team, because you get Mitchell and it's you're probably giving up more than you should, and is it a good fit and all of this? Is it going to take away from Mikal and Cam Thomas? Potentially. So Garland wouldn't be a bad inclusion. Really depends what you're giving up, though, right? As is the case with every single trade proposal. I don't think we're going to make a big blockbuster trade at the deadline either. Oh, good. Set play. Claxton could not finish the dunk. Great pass by Spencer. You've got to make those, though, Clax. Booker, off the glass. Good work by Clax, because he was trailing the play, and then he was able to come over and help. Dinwiddie, blocked by Nurkic, and I thought he was standing on the line, but he did save it. They get it ahead to Beal, and Beal scores for two. So we've had two pretty decent plays drawn up to start this second half, but unfortunately, no luck. Johnson, there we go. He misses the first shot of the second half for him. He made his first five, all in the first half, and now we're in with a little bit of an issue. KD cuts it to 4, scoring a mid-range. That is far too easy, and it was far too open. You've got to probably collapse the defense a little bit, and it looks like Little is starting this second half. I don't know if Metu's out injured. Cam Thomas scores the 3, top of the key. Nice little response there. Why have I stopped the clock? Okay, I'll synchronize it in about 10 seconds. Dinwiddie's doing well to deny KD really any strong positioning in the post. That is way, way, way too open for Bradley Beal on the wing. I don't know what we were thinking there. Whoever was defending him, probably Cam Thomas. That is pretty hideous coverage. Cam Thomas, the spin, the 2, that's short, and a rebound for Nurk. And now Booker will push the pace. Well, he won't push the pace, really. KD, though, does. Shoots over Claxton. He hangs and he scores for 2. And there's the assertiveness that I don't think we did see in the first half. He wasn't really attacking the paint and getting to those spots as much as he would have liked. And in the second half, to start at least, he's been really good at doing so. Bridges on the outside will drive and shoot the mid-range over Nurk. Didn't get the bounce. Claxton was, well, I thought he was shoved out of bounds, but apparently it's going to be a turnover. Wow, a technical. Clax has been hit with a tech because he was probably arguing the point. And those, well, I can say you've got to be disciplined knowing that the referees are going to call absolutely anything, but I don't know what this was. Let's have a look. Is there going to be any replays? Potentially not. Booker will shoot the free throw and score. And the Suns, well, they can take the lead back for the first time since the first quarter. Have a look back on it. Are you kidding me? That is rubbish if that was called a tech. Or if the tech was called on those grounds. That is rubbish. Booker gets to his spot in the mid-range and he scores. And all of a sudden the Suns, well, their offense has really started well in the second half. And this is what you fear, right? So 1 point lead for Phoenix. Cam Thomas gets into the paint. Lob. Claxton, the finish. It was an excellent dime and there wasn't really much margin for error. But it was a good, well set up pass by Cam Claxton. Good enough to get it done. And it's now a 1 point game. Booker out to Beal. KD in the corner. He's going to drive and kick it out to Little on the opposite side. That is good as well. And I would not be one bit surprised if we call a timeout in the next play. We've already conceded 17 points in 3 minutes. Dinwiddie, kick out to Cam. Back to Spencer. He's going to drive past Beal. Get it out to Bridges. Open three as he set the feet. And he scored and he responded. So it is an absolute shootout to start the second half. And the Suns have scored 17. We have scored... 15. We've scored, 8. So I guess it's not as much of a shootout as I was making it out to be. Dinwiddie got absolutely cleaned up by Nurkic. Well done by the Nets. We had 5 players fight for that rebound. Dinwiddie drives. Got it to go, +1. And that is great early offense by the Nets. That's a really great sequence by... the entire team, because Dinwiddie was guarding Nurkic under the basket, forces the initial miss, and then you've got 5 Nets hustling for that rebound, even though Nurkic is the clear, towering figure amongst all of them. Dinwiddie at the line converts the free throw, and it is back down to 4. Or up to 4, should I say. So 75-71. Booker picked up by CT on the outside. He's going to drive, get through, and it was a double dribble. So the turnovers had dried up for Phoenix. That is their first in quite some time. It's been called, and it was pretty obvious. The refs did not see that. Well, then we would have had a few issues. So Dinwiddie on the outside to Bridges. Pass to Johnson. Dinwiddie, catch and shoot 3. Long rebound by D-Book. He's gonna... Bro, Spencer, turn around! He's not even looking at the fucking player who's bringing it up. What the hell? Spencer, into the paint. Bridges again, corner 3. Not bad. Not bad of a look. Booker, hassled by Johnson. Missed it. Nearly got the bounce. Free throws coming up. Mikal's got to make those threes, man. Really giving up a lot of points if we can't make those on the outside. So Booker at the line. But the Suns down 2. Been a really entertaining contest, I do think. Nets started well, Suns responded, but the Nets held off the challenge, and now in the third quarter, the Suns have really shown what they're made of, and really what sort of offense we're actually dealing with. Claxton will go to the bench for Sharp, the 7:07 mark, and both of those free throws are good to tie the game at 75 apiece. So, long way to go here. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Cam Thomas on the perimeter. High screen by Sharp. Thomas into the mid-range. Back out to Dinwiddie. Thomas gets it back. Good defense by Booker. 7 to shoot. Thomas drives. Blocked. But it's a foul on KD. I don't know who the foul was on. I don't know if they've challenged the call either. 75 apiece. And, yeah, that's the situation at the moment. Let's have a look at the box score because I do feel like things are starting to heat up a little bit. Cam Thomas has 12 points now. Mikal's 3 of 13, bro. He's getting all these looks. He has got to start making them at a better efficiency because we really need it right now. So yeah, that is the score line. I don't know why that's not going away. What the hell just happened? Why did it just go to the fucking soccer section? Really? Okay, box score. There we go, that's better. So we do have 4 plays in double figures. The only issue is that doesn't really matter against a team with 3 capable 30-point per game scorers. D-Book's been exceptional today. Today's probably been the best of the lot. Kevin Durant's been efficient to start the second half. He's 3 of his first 4 shots. And the Suns, well, now they're starting to, get things ticking. They are shooting 52% from the field and nearly 40% from 3. So things have evened up. They've gotten to the free throw line as well. The turnovers have stopped from their perspective, and now they're out rebounding us by 7. So that is another little, area for concern. We aren't getting out rebounded because of offensive rebounds. Those are even. It's just the defensive rebounds, which are a little bit of an issue. Angelo, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well. If you are enjoying the stream, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well. We are back tomorrow for Nets Nuggets, so if you do feel the need to watch the game with a fellow Nets fan and others, make sure to tune in tomorrow. We won't be doing the Warriors game on the weekend, but we'll be back for Nets Jazz, and then it'll be Nets Knicks, I do think, next week. So a lot of good, entertaining basketball games ahead. And obviously this Nets team is, valiantly works to stay in every single game they play in. So okay, so it looks like the Suns challenged it and weren't successful. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Cam Thomas. So free throws for Cam. Got the first. All right. 76-75, 1 to come here for Cam Thomas. The second is good, and it's back up to 2. And the Suns will bring it up via Booker. Now Durant, now Nurkic, who slipped over. Booker to the corner for Goodwin, who's in the game. Drives. Passes to Nurkic. Backs down Dayron. Shoots and scores. And that is not what he was doing in the first half either. So they're getting scoring from everywhere. Bates Diop is in the game for the first time today. Obviously, the Utah minutes they were hurting. Bridges is fouled by Nurkic. And it'll be 2 more shots. So Mikal doing well to get to the line amidst a very tough shooting stretch here in this one. The more free throws we can get, the better. Bridges at the line. Dayron is not going to bother trying to offensively rebound this because he's in the backcourt. First free throw, rims out. So 1 more here. 77 apiece. And it's now 78-77. Can we not concede a basket, please? Let's get back to our ways defensively. that we were in the first half. Come on, lads. Nurk looking for a pass. This is good defense. Booker defended by CJ. Booker loses him for a moment, gets it off to Nurkic, and he scores off the glass. And there was no persistence or resistance, should I say? There was a fair bit of persistence from the Suns there. Cam Thomas shoots a three. It's off. Rebound Nurkic. And now they get it to Booker. Bit of separation. Easy layup. Way too easy. And no work done there to stop the runway that Devin Booker had early in that offensive set. Johnson misses another three. Well, that was going down in the first half, wasn't it? Booker is wrapped up by Bridges. And it's going to be Suns ball on the side. Cam Johnson got to do better there. He had a pretty good sequence the possession prior, but on that one before, not good enough. So 81-78, 5 minutes to play in this third quarter. We are getting absolutely cooked for field goal percentage now. They are at 54%. Nurkic going to take it alone. Euro step and the score through Claxton. Quality move. 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Dinwiddie to Claxton. We're shooting an abysmal 31% in the quarter. The Suns, 73%. Finney Smith in the corner. Picks up his dribble and sends it to Dinwiddie on the outside. We've got 4 to shoot, man. Come on. Gets one up. Nope, he passed it. And Claxton threw up an air ball. And Nurkic got the rebound. So, where are the points going to come from? Is the question. Booker bounce passes it to Nurkic. He's got Bridges on him. Claxton comes over to help. Nurkic blew the layup. Got his own miss. Bates D up. Can't get the follow. And Claxton flailed his arms as he was fouled. And I don't know if that is a foul that will send us to the line, because there have been quite a few fouls that have gone our way in the quarter. So that's the 4th, not the 5th team foul that would have sent us to the free throw line. 4:23 to play. We're down 5. And it hasn't been... I think this is actually the highest lead of the game for the Suns. We've got to really ensure we, do what we can here to remain in touch. Bridges the 3, that rims out. I don't like those at all. Nurk looking for a pass. He gets it to KD on the wing. Doe comes over to help. Goodwin was open in the opposite corner. They flung it around. We need to get Dayron back in the game, man. Nurkic just towered over there to get the offensive board and tip it in. Dinwiddie, Finney Smith. The 3 is off. The rebound by the Nets. Good persistence there. Now Dinwiddie on the wing. Please drive it. Please. Please. Spencer, pass the ball. Doe for 3. That's off. Long rebound by Spencer, who will drive it and go baseline. And he scores on the reverse. And we desperately needed a score, and we got it there. But we're doing things really tough at the moment. Nurkic looking for the pass to Kevin Durant. Changes direction. Gets into the paint. Nurkic lost it, but got it back. KD feeds Nurkic again. Claxton trying to stay with. And he had to foul him, because otherwise it could have been another regulation layup. And we've got 3 minutes to play in the third, down 5. And a fair bit of work needing to be done here. So, 2:58 to play in this third quarter. It is, I wouldn't say it's starting to slip away, but we do need to be conscious of, we need to do something different, because, they're finding ways through our defense, and that was something that probably started to occur in the second quarter. But we did have the offense to combat that. In this quarter, the offense has really fallen off. We've only had the 15 third quarter points. or 16 third quarter points. The Suns have had 29, and that's why they're in the lead. Ultimately, they're shooting it exceptionally well, and bro, Nurkic has 17 rebounds. That is fucking stupid numbers. So yeah, there's really, well, they've just upgraded it to 18. So what really can you do? He's got 14 and 18. D-Book's got 26 and 10. KD hasn't really been that assertive in this game. We are only down 5 though. The problem is turnovers aren't being created at nearly as high of a rate as they were in the first half. The offensive rebounds are starting to lift from their perspective. They're up in that department by 10. So we're in a little bit of strife in that respect. 31% from 3, 41.5% from the field. We saw those numbers at the half. They were looking pretty healthy, those shooting splits, but now they don't. The only thing that's really keeping us in it is the fact we're not turning the ball over. But even still, the more possessions we've had, the less we've been able to capitalize, and it looks worse. 3 of 14 from the field for Mikal Bridges in this game. In a game where we need the points and we need the offense, him and Cam Thomas have been highly inefficient. They're shooting a combined 25% on 24 shots. And so at that point, what the hell are you supposed to do? Like, if your two big players can't knock shots down, well then, what more can you say, really? There's just no way you're going to be able to win games if your two best players who are getting the most shots cannot score the ball at an acceptable efficiency. It's not rocket science, bro. So we've got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work to do. If you are enjoying thus far, though, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe. You're seeing Nets fans, say it. So come on, lads. Come on, lads. And if you are new and you want to see more watch parties, we've got one tomorrow. So if you'd like to not hang around, I'm not saying be here for the next 24 hours, but in 24 hours we'll be here. So if we're giving 17 rebounds up in 3 quarters to Nurkic, I don't want to know how many rebounds Nikola Jokic is going to get tomorrow. The fact we're only down 5, yet again, with our better players not contributing at an efficient rate as they should, I think that's testament to the depth we've got. But he's gone with a much shallower rotation. Johnson, good defense by the Suns, man. Bridges, Finney-Smith, they are so alert. It's unbelievable. Doe, with the right hand, gets the bounce. And I tell you what, that was incredibly good by the Suns. We were trying to free up CJ, and the Suns just fought through everything, so reactive to what was going on. KD in the corner, to Nurkic in the middle, gonna back down Clax. It's another foul, and there's got to be a solution for this. The problem is because you can't get Dorian Finney-Smith over to help because, well, he's guarding KD in the corner and he was the closest man to Nurkic. So Metu is in after not starting the second half. KD just stood on the sideline. I mean, we talked about his shoes being too big when you think about that iconic Game 7 shot. With his toe on the line, if he was a shoe size smaller, he would have sent us through to the next round. Just then, if his shoe size was smaller, he probably doesn't just step out of bounds. Bridges in the mid-range, scores for 2. That is good to see. Because he has not been able to buy a bucket. I don't think he's scored a field goal in the third quarter. Metu on the outside to Beal, picked up by Spencer. The screen set by Metu. The switch. Claxton got Beal on the outside. Good defense by Clax. Forces the pass out to Goodwin. Bridges, good defense. Clax the chase down block. And we're going to have to wait because the Suns' numbers got back while ours were trailing. Dinwiddie on the perimeter will look for Clax. Oh my fucking god. That is so pathetic by Spencer, bro. All he needed to do was just loop the pass up to Clax. Instead, he's done a baseball pitch to him. It's ricocheted off the backboard. It's been a turnover. And yeah, we were stuffed. Claxton. Oh, wow, that's got to be made. Dinwiddie. Oh, not Dinwiddie. Finney Smith, bro, had a wide open three. It's rattled out. It was a good find by Clax. It rolled to the basket well and attracted two defenders, but missing shots we were making in the first half. Only the 20 points in this half so far for the Nets. The Suns have had 34. They lead by 4. Beal will drive and kick it out to Metu. Didn't pass to the corner. Oh my god, he nearly tried to put Clax on a poster. 7-second difference between shot and game, and it was knocked away by Kevin Durant. It was good defensive work by KD, even at the age of 35 or whatever he is. He might as well be 97. Still finding ways to have a huge impact, and he never looks really that fazed by the pace of the game ever. I think the way he plays is so timeless. So, yeah, and obviously he's got God on his side with how tall he is, so his scoring ability won't go away. We've got 25 seconds to do something. Well, 7-second difference between shot and game. Bridges falling away. He scores for 2, cuts it back down to 2, and it's, well, they've got one possession, the Suns, to extend the lead going into the final quarter. It would be a first. Should they lead, which they should. Oh, come on! I nearly cursed the Suns, bro, because I said they've got to have the lead at 3/4 time, and then KD nearly turns the ball over. It's called a kickball. Mikal Bridges apparently got hit on the previous 2-point make. Cam Johnson goes to the side. 4.7 to get one up. Clax is in the game for defense. Ball is inbounded to KD. Clax comes over to help. KD misses. Oh no! So lucky. Metu could not get the follow after he got the offensive rebound. The look was there, but 3/4 time arrives and it is only a 2-point lead to the Phoenix Suns. And I tell you what, it could have been a hell of a lot worse, right? We go into the final quarter with a very good shot of winning this. You look at it as simply as we've got to outscore them by 3. And we've done it, well, once in this game. So I have faith in this team that they can get it done, man. Love that you actually focus on commentating the game. Thank you. For personal money transaction reasons, I would like the quarter scores somewhere on the board. That's an interesting thing. I could actually do that, you know. I can actually do that. We can make that happen. Well, if you are here tomorrow, I think I would have made an alteration by that point. That won't take too long, so I can do something along those lines. Yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to show your support on it. I mean, what did you just say? You said, love that you focus on commentating the game. Well, I don't really know what other people sort of do. If you're doing a play-by-play, you're doing a play-by-play. And a lot of people do a play-by-play. So it would be a bit counterproductive if that's not what you're doing. This is the score line at 3/4 time. 4 players in double figures. Bridges started to score the ball a little bit better at the back end of the quarter, but like turnovers have been good. The problem is the Suns have started to just show why they should be winning this game, because they've got 3 bloody good players on their team in Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. But it hasn't even been Beal, it's been Nurkic, bro. He has been a monster. 19 rebounds in 3 quarters, only 25 minutes. He's nearly a team high plus. Well, he's a plus 18. He's nearly team high in that department. So, yeah, they're out rebounding us by 10. We're doing well at outdoing them on threes and free throws. It's just they're shooting it at 50%. We are going at 43% from the field. They really haven't turned the ball over in the last quarter and a half, to be honest. And yeah, it's it's a little bit concerning. But we've done it before with regards to playing a good quarter of basketball against this team. I mean, look no further than the first quarter. So I think that was more the Suns, though. They were playing more passive. We've just got to try force the ball out of the big three's hands and force the likes of Little and Metu and Nurkic and Goodwin to try shoot shots, but I don't think there's going to be much opportunity for that to happen, given nearly at all times they've got someone on the floor that can shot create. Here's Devin Booker on the perimeter. Watford nearly was out on the break. The pass by Booker to the wing ricocheted off the shin of Watford, so it's going to be a kickball violation, and it's going to be inbounded on the side by the Suns. 5 on the floor for them is Booker, Beal, Little, Metu, and Bates Diop, who did not play the first half. Metu drives the Euro, kick out to Beal, picked up by O'Neal, drive, good defense by Cam. No. Thank you. That 3, top of the key, rimmed out, and now the Nets can retake the lead after trailing by about half a dozen in the third quarter. O'Neal. Come on, man. What are we doing? Watford for 3 in the corner. It's off. I don't know what the hell we're thinking. How did Cam Thomas not get a touch on that sequence? He's the clear number 1 scoring threat. Booker misses the 3 over O'Neal, and usually our luck is saying that ball goes in, but we're lucky. Cam Thomas is going to try cook, takes on Bates Diop, gets the bounce! Oh! That is ridiculous. So, 88 apiece. Good cut by Beal. Pass out. Finney Smith read it. Saved it, but just passed it straight to Metu. And now Booker will get by O'Neal. The kick out back to Metu on the wing. The 3 is off. And it goes over the back of the backboard. Top of the backboard. And it will be Nets ball. We can retake the lead, ladies and gents. 88 apiece. So, Watford, Thomas, Claxton, Finney Smith, O'Neal. I actually think Finney Smith and O'Neal have been incredibly underrated in this one. Thomas weaves through, blew the fucking layup. Watford got the rebound. He just snatched it away. O'Neal, Cam's open for 3. Got to hit that. Yes! Come on. Come on, lads. Cam has been money on those catch and shoot 3s. Usually on the wings. Booker is trapped. Little is open. 3 is... Oh, you cannot be serious. The bounce. So lucky. So lucky. Thomas has got Little on him. Can he respond again? Isolation on Metu. Step back 3. Oh, it's good. Are we seeing Cam Thomas wake up? He has been dormant for games and minutes, but we may be seeing a last quarter to remember. Potentially, JV is fired up on the bench. He is pumped with those Cam Thomas buckets. And we've started this quarter really, really well. Cam Thomas is doing okay. Let's go up to what Cam Thomas has been doing. 44% from the field, 33% from 3. The Nets are, but Cam Thomas has woken up from his slumber. As I've just said, he has scored, I think, every single one of the Nets' points in this last quarter. He's done a little bit of everything, and I think that's been the most impressive part of his game today, is the fact that it hasn't been limited to one certain thing. He's gotten a rebound, he's gotten 4 threes, he's gotten to the free throw line, and even though he's only 2 of 8 from inside the line, I think that's showing that we said earlier in the stream and pre-game, Cam Thomas before injury averaged 6 free throws a game, and after it's been 2. So to see that number at 6 today is a very positive sign. So yeah, Bridges though, man, my guy, you got to lift. CJ the same. It's going to be interesting to see who we close with, because Doe, I think, has been decent defensively. Already the 2 steals. He's at, nearly a team high, plus 15. Our bench is cooked. Even O'Neal's been pretty good today, even though he hasn't done that much. And look, those 2 haven't hit their threes. That's the only thing. Mikal and CJ, you back him in to hit threes more often than not than Doe and Royce. Doe's been hitting threes at a consistent rate for some time now, so it's probably well overdue that he has a bad one. But yeah, Cam Thomas, the high man. Good start though. We're up 3. And it's gonna take someone to just cook. Cam Thomas or Mikal, it is your time. This is a game set up for you to perform. You've had a shit 3 quarters, but it's going to be Mikal and it's going to be Cam Thomas. One of those needs to see the occasion, acknowledge the occasion, and absolutely embrace the moment and get the job done. And so far, it's Cam Thomas who's hit a couple huge buckets to start the last quarter, and place us higher on the ledger. It was important that someone started the game. It was essential that if we want to win this game, we have to start the last setting the precedent and setting the standard, and we have, we've set the standard. And it's partially to do with, it's looked like they have been more effective when they've had Nurkic and KD on the floor than when they've had Booker and Beal in with the bench. That's just a personal thought of mine. Booker, after we return from the stoppage, Booker on the outside, he's got Clax on him. Corner for Goodwin, the 3 over Watford, didn't get enough lift, and it was Finney-Smith and Clax fighting for that rebound, which I think is testament to our improved rebounding efforts this year. Watford, they'll look for Cam Thomas again, which they get it to, and now O'Neal in the post. Swings it across to Finney-Smith, gets by Booker, layup is good! I've loved that. Today. His physicality on the interior, on the offensive side, usually we're saying that defensively, it's been superb. Corner 3 again is good by Beal. And he hasn't really existed since the first half, man. I've forgotten he's actually playing. And that's knocked away by Bates Diop, guarding Cam Thomas. We will reset and go again as we trigger in from the side. So 96-94, Nets in possession with 16 to shoot. Ball inbounded to Watford. Hand off to Thomas. He's got Goodwin picking him up on the outside, and now the switch. They blitz, and Thomas is fouled by Metu, which is a bailout of sorts because we only had 8 to shoot. And instead, it's going to be reset to 14, and there is 8:12 left in the game. So, come on, lads. $96-94. O'Neal, Thomas, Clax the high screen, who's back in. Was he even in to start with? I don't know. O'Neal is open for 3. He got it. Royce, Rolls Royce. Let's go. And we are rolling to start this last quarter, man. We are rolling. Come on. Beal. Gonna try and shake and bake. Didn't lose Finney-Smith. Bates D up in the corner. Good defense. Good defense. Good defense. Booker picked up by O'Neal. Got by him. Watford is there. And it is going to be a foul. Watford is saying, well, that was an elbow by Booker and should have been a push-off. I think the way for our defense to lift, I think it's going to come from this bench. Having Claxton in with 2 wings who can defend, I think that's going to be a recipe for trouble. if you're looking at things from a Phoenix perspective. Little has gone down the race. I don't think he's going to return. KD checks back in. And Nurkic is back in. God, I don't actually know how we close this game. Do we run with Clax? Because he's been cooked by Nurkic, bro. Metu will go to the bench. So it's Nurkic, Durant, Booker, Beal, and one other. I don't know who the other is going to be. Both are made by Booker. It's Goodwin, who's guarding Cam Thomas. So 99-96, 2 makes by Book. Watford, gonna pass it to Cam Thomas, who's picked up by Booker. He's gonna drive on Booker, but Booker doing well here. Oh my god, that is a heat check of sorts. Why would you shoot that? Beal, picked up by O'Neal, out to KD, got by Finney-Smith, shot over the top and scored for 2. And there is absolutely nothing you can do. 7 minutes to play. 1-point game. Spencer getting ready to check back in. And the timeout has been called. And JV, I would suspect, he'll use this time for us to just chill out a little bit. I don't know who we're going to close with because O'Neal and Finney-Smith have been good defensively, offensively not so much. Bridges and Cam Johnson probably give us the best chance of getting the buckets necessary to win. But that being said, it also gives us the higher possibility of conceding a fuck ton of offensive rebounds to Nurkic. So it's really, what are you willing to give up? Booker's a hog. He has been the definition of not a hog today, and I will show you why. Cam Thomas has got 22 and he's got 4 dimes as well. But let's have a look, right? So box score check, which obviously we love doing. Let's go down. Only the 5 turnovers for the Nets, but here we go. Booker. He has done just about everything. 11 dimes, hasn't really turned the ball over for those 11 dimes, which is vital. 11 free throws, been efficient from the field. He's actually taken less shots than Nurkic, so he is the definition of not a ball hog. So I'm just going to cancel out your narrative there. Even though I'm a Nets fan, I'm defending Phoenix Suns players, so give me some credit. The Suns have gone under the 50% mark from the field. Things have evened up in our favor. We have more shots than them, amazingly enough, even though we're getting out rebounded by 8. It's the turnovers which the Suns have over us. Well, they have more of those, which is sort of costing them. So they've got 9 of those. We've only got the 5. This game's really going to tighten up. I can already sense it. We've had way too many close games this season, and I'm sick of it. But you know what? I'm also here for it at the same time. And yeah, it's sort of staggering how this shit keeps on happening to us. If you are enjoying, make sure to show your support on this as well. We will be back tomorrow. As you can see in the top right-hand corner of your screen, Nets Nuggets tomorrow, 24 hours from now. Hopefully we are blowing the Nuggets out by 20. But we all know that's not going to happen. So it's probably going to be another close game. Last season, it was the same thing with Denver. Even with the Suns game. Was it the Suns game last year that was a close one? We clawed our way back into it. What the hell is going on? Why is it showing Bucks highlights on the box score, man? I had to pause that. Shit. Okay. I don't know why there was a stoppage. Okay. Okay. So, ball inbounded. Bridges had an open 3. Passed it to Doe, who's going to drive it. Pick up his dribble. Back out to Dinwiddie. We got 3 to shoot. Oh no. Dinwiddie chuck up 3. Oh, it's good! How? This guy is so shit from 3 and he scores bullshit like that. I'm convinced that's what he practices in the gym. Nurkic gonna body bump Claxton. He lost it. O'Neal nearly overcommitted. Then he knocked it away again. Nurkic, he's got 3 to shoot. He's gonna pull... Oh my god, he's gonna shoot a 3 from top of the key and go well short. So, Nets early offense. Dinwiddie, skip pass to O'Neal. Gets by Goodwin. Kick out to Bridges. He's wide open. Yes! Beautiful ball movement. Beautiful by the Nets. We're into the final half of the quarter. Up 7. This is the position we want to be in. What excellent work. Booker got rid of Dinwiddie. Scored an easy 2-pointer from inside 15 feet. And it's a 5-point lead for the Nets. If we see offense like that, where you draw the defender and obviously you wait for the open man to be vacated, well, mate, we're going to be living. Bridges? How the hell did he not get a whistle, man? He's finally going to get one. It only took about 15 seconds for them to call it. And we did have 8 to shoot, but much like before, when there was 8 left to shoot and there was a foul committed, it resets to 14, and it'll be the Nets on the side yet again. That is such beautiful team basketball before. Bridges was blitzed, looked for Claxton, they got it to him, it wasn't clean. Claxton faked the handoff, the spin move, the score off the glass. Let's go, we cooking. Up 7. Nurkic is going to back down. Claxton, kick it out to Booker, who's got O'Neal on him. High screen. Booker gets by O'Neal. Oh, nearly a block by O'Neal from behind, but it is going to be 2 shots. I don't know who the guy is that was hit with the foul. It's probably Clax, but I do think O'Neal... No, it was O'Neal, 100%. There was one before, though, where Mikal did the same thing, did not get the whistle for it. So, fair to say I'm a little bit cut by that, but it's pretty clear that Mikal doesn't get superstar whistles because he isn't one. Cam Johnson back in, and Doe to the bench. I'm not sure if I like this because even though Doe has played like 12 consecutive minutes, Doe and O'Neal have really set the tone in this last quarter. For the defensive side of things that we've needed to deliver on. The minute you take Doe out, Claxton becomes a hell of a lot smaller. Because our front court gets smaller. And obviously less help for Clax on the interior. Bridges gets into the mid-range. No room to shoot. Johnson, catch and shoot 3! Bro, Nurkic just fell over. Looked like a ghost knocked him over. CJ has got to hit those. This is a typical CJ second half after playing a good first half. Didn't miss a shot in the first half. I don't think he's made a field goal in the second half. Oh, what the fuck, man? Bridges could have busted up his neck. Nurkic just fell over the top. Alright. So we were up 7. We sent Finney-Smith to the bench. CJ comes in. It's back down to 4. Dinwiddie. Another foul. They were about to say an offensive foul, and thank God for that. They've called a defensive foul. And I think it was Clax on a hold. D-Book will pick up another foul. Let's have a look at it. He just barged into him. How on earth could you call that anything else? Nurkic is pointing the other way like a tosser. Come on now, mate. That's 5 fouls for Booker, so we got to attack him. We have got to attack Booker. Get him in a switch. Come on. Bridges. Drive. Picks up his dribble. The turnaround is good. And we needed that so badly. Big bucket. 109-104. The Suns are forced into a timeout. And the interesting thing now is Devin Booker is on 5 personals. If that doesn't scream weakness for the Suns on the defensive side of the ball, then I don't know what is. We cannot afford to go into a rut down the stretch. You attack Devin Booker, and instantly you give yourself an advantage because either he can't really foul, or the other thing is, Suns defenders are probably going to have to collapse to help Devin Booker out to make up and compensate for that inability to foul. So there's going to be room for someone to get a shot up, I do think. If you are enjoying, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well. Those who have just tuned in, we are witnessing, well, a very good contest here. You can see for the Suns, they have gotten some great contributions. D-Book has been the high man, but he's on 5 fouls, so he's walking a tightrope, and the Nets looked like the game could slip at the back end of the third quarter, but they have had some huge contributions late. Mikal Bridges has had an excellent last quarter. He was 3 of 14, and he has come out and scored his last 4 shots. CJ, though, man started 5 of 5 in the first half and has not made a 3. So if it comes down to a last shot scenario where we need CJ to make it, I don't back him in. Come on, lads. We just need to keep the scoring ticking over. I think if we can score 120, that'll do it. But it's a long way away. We just got a point added. So we're now up to a 5-point lead, which is handy stuff. KD picked up by Dinwiddie on the perimeter. He drives, and Spencer will give away the foul. Something we've been good at all game. Not giving away that sort of foul. There hasn't been too many of those. 3:32 to play in the fourth. It's really tightening up. KD's got 23 on the night. He is 9 of 15. 2 free throws coming up to cut it to a single possession. The first is good. He started the game slowly from the line, going 1 of 3, but I do believe he has not missed since that point. Goodwin back in. O'Neal to the bench. Cam Thomas returns. I don't know if this is the lineup. I know it's the closing lineup, and I know you got to give players like Cam Thomas exposure down the stretch, but this wasn't the lineup that got us the lead that we currently have. And it wasn't the team that got us the lead earlier in the game. It was O'Neal and Finney-Smith and those sort of guys. So, going to be interesting to see if we have a lot of gang rebounding efforts late in the game. Bridges into the paint, shoots. Oh my God, he's thrown up a tough delivery. That was not the shot, and now KD will drive and miss the mid-range. Get the board. Oh my God. Spencer. Oh my God. Bro, I don't actually know what's going on. Mate, KD missed the shot. Cam Thomas didn't get the offensive board. Let's have a look. Booker! Bro, Book was out of bounds! Oh my God. Crazy shit's going on at the moment. I can't even commentate it. We just forced the turnover. Turned it over ourselves. Fuck! Oh no. Alley-oop. Booker! Oh my God. The pass was shit. Johnson nearly walked. And we just need to calm down. There's like 5 turnovers within 30 seconds between both teams, and now the Nets find themselves with it. Bridges will drive, get into the paint, out to Thomas. Oh my God, 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot. Thomas, shoot it! Mid-range! Oh my God. We've fucking blown this, man. Had so many chances to buff the lead up because the Suns couldn't capitalize themselves. KD misses the 3. We get the long rebound. 2 minutes to go. Dinwiddie will bring it up. When we get a stoppage in play or a timeout, I'll tell you what the hell happened. But we've got possession now. We enter the final 2 minutes. Dinwiddie, step back 3. The space opened up. He got it! Timeout! Come on, lads. Oh my God. Okay. So Spencer, bro. Oh my god. So let's run you through it. So KD misses a mid-range. Cam Thomas tries to chase up a rebound. Kevin Durant secures it. Then he passes to Booker in the corner. He was standing on the sideline. Dinwiddie knocked that pass, and then he flung it off Booker. But then Dinwiddie ended up getting hit on the ricochet. Booker was standing on the side. It should have been called our ball, but it wasn't. Then the Suns turn it over. We secure it on the break. Try a lob pass to Clax. And we fuck it up. We turn it over. Then KD misses a three. And then Spencer Dinwiddie hits a three. So it's glad to see that we've actually gotten up to date. Are you live from England? No, I'm from Australia. So it's 3:21 in the afternoon here. That is a huge make from Spencer. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. We will be back tomorrow, so it's fair to say that we probably, if we're playing well here, we're probably going to play well tomorrow. Or maybe not, because, well, if it goes into overtime, well, then we've got issues, because I think this team's going to be fatigued. But we're in pole position here. The Suns have brought on Keita Bates-Diop, which is an interesting call when they need points, not defense. So Goodwin, Bates-Diop, Durant, Booker, Beal, the other three, obviously. 1:54 to play, down 6. Cannot blow this. Have to keep scoring. KD. Oh my god. Booker 3. Back iron. Good hit by Dinwiddie. He swatted it to Bridges, who hit it to Dinwiddie. A nice little 1-2. And I think we're in pole position here. I think we are. I don't think that's undisputed. I think that is undisputed. Dinwiddie 1-on-1 with Bates-Diop. It's a clear isolation. The layup is good! Yes! When you go 5 out, you can't protect the paint. And we saw right there the benefit. KD? Oh, that is not necessary, Clax. Not necessary. Did not have to foul there. He had the position on KD. Obviously, that is a spot where KD usually scores from, but did not have to give him 2 free throws and get the deficit down without the shot clock changing. So KD at the line will shoot 2, and he makes the first, and it's back down to 7. Johnson returns, O'Neal to the bench. I actually didn't realize that with Claxton in the game, we were playing 5 out almost. Like, that space in the paint just opened up for Spencer to get one up. KD makes both. 6-point lead. And we've got 1 minute left. 73 seconds from getting a huge win on the road against the big 3 of the Suns. 1 minute to play. High screen Clax. Dinwiddie now as Bates-Diop in a switch. Please do something. Corner 3. Johnson, ice it! Oh my god, he's missed it again! Oh my god. You idiots! Bro! What the fuck was Cam Thomas doing? He's just given away 2 free throws without them even getting past the half court, bro. Let's have a look. Claxton on the arm. It wasn't Cam Thomas. You can't be doing that, man. Cam Johnson, bro, this second half, he is thrown. The amount of shots he has had wide open, he could have put the game to bed there. Instead, the Suns remain in touch. I mean, we can execute a 2-for-1, but we're going 5 out again. Claxton to the bench. I think that's the right move. Because we don't need to get a... Well, we do need to get a defensive rebound, but we need to get the points. 50 seconds left. Do not turn it over and use the 2-for-1 effectively. Bridges in a switch has got Beal on him. 13 to shoot. Bridges, bounce pass. Thomas, ice it! He missed it! KD, Booker. Oh, no. Oh, what a no-look to Bates Diop. We have to call a timeout, man. 28 seconds left. 4-second difference between shot and game. We need to run the clock down. If we score, we win. If we don't score, we lose. Help him out. And we're going to get a timeout from JV. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. We had an 8-point lead. We've had so many chances to put this team to bed, but we have gone with the 3. The last make we had was when Spencer Dinwiddie drove it. The last make we had was when Spencer Dinwiddie drove it. That's all I need to say. That is all I need to say. I don't need to say anything more. So, I'm not going to say it, right? Is sports betting big in Aussie land? It is. It is. No way we're about to fumble this. If we fumble this, bro, I'm about to walk out. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. And we'll be back tomorrow, so if you want to subscribe and stay notified for when I go live tomorrow and the future Nets games, go ahead and subscribe. But 16 seconds to go, and we have 12 seconds on the shot clock. So a 4-second difference between shot and game up to, I don't know if the Suns foul. I don't know if the Suns foul. They don't need to foul. They can actually win this game. If we score 2 points, we win the game. It has to be an excellent side out. And we remember, or you can remember, when we played the Hawks a few games back in that close one, that close win, it was an excellent side-out play drawn up by JV to get us a wide-open 2 under the basket. I'm not saying that's going to happen. What I am saying is we need something similar. We need to draw upon something similar. O'Neal is going to trigger in from the side, and it will be Dinwiddie getting the pass in the backcourt. Come on, help him out. Bridges. Johnson. Please shoot it. They had the foul to give. Oh my god! They're idiots! They're idiots. They've removed the difference between shot and game. They've got 7 seconds. They have to foul now. KD actually threw. They had a foul to give as well. So they've, like, more seconds are going to come off the clock here if we can inbound it. Oh my god, we turned it over. No! Dinwiddie got it back! Thomas is fouled! That is ridiculously lucky. Mate, what the fuck was Spencer Dinwiddie thinking with that pass? Goodwin read it. Johnson didn't come to the man who was triggering in. He had to come closer. But luckily, via deflection, or via Goodwin trying to save it, Dinwiddie was able to get it to Thomas as we recovered it. And now that took 4 seconds off the clock. Thomas makes both, and it is a 2-possession game with 3 seconds remaining. Do not. We have given them enough of an opening, and we shut the door. Good night. Good night. They've got 3 seconds to get 2 possessions. All you can do is not foul. Do not foul. Give him a 3. Give him a 2. I don't give a fuck. Just don't foul. Don't foul. Don't foul. We were up like 8 before. We were up by 8 or 6 in the final 2 minutes, and we just somehow found a way to let them back in the game, because that's what we love to do. And we love to make our fan base incredibly anxious and have multiple heart palpitations and potentially suffer from cardiac arrest every single game. That's actually amazing, though, that we nearly screwed the thing up. Bro, what was KD thinking, though? That is my question. We had 3 seconds to shoot it. with 7 seconds remaining, stuck and trapped in the corner, not looking like we were going to get a shot up, and then KD commits a foul. And instantly meant that they had to foul. And even though it nearly paid off for them because they deflected and intercepted the pass, they could not rake it in. And Dinwiddie was able to swoop on that wayward pass as they potentially got that steal, and it was game over. Or, well, game over in that respect. 4 seconds off the clock, 2 free throws. Now a 2-possession game. They've got 3 to shoot it. Gets it in. Booker for 3. He missed it. And that's it. We win on the road, baby! The first game of the KD Trade Cup is ours. We win 116-112. I'm a happy, happy boy today. Oh my goodness. Brother, tell you what, we were doing things difficult. We had to do it difficult, didn't we? But we did. We got the job done. Oh my God, mate, happy days, bro. Tanglewood, the game is done. Make sure to hang around for the post-game. We're going to do a full rundown and understand why and how did we win this game. 116-112 the final, and let's have a look. Let's have a look at how this all panned out. So Cam Thomas ends with 24, probably his best scoring game in some time. He was the high man, all 5 nets in double figures. And then the bench with some really important contributions that, you know, you have to go beyond the box score to witness it. So, look, I think Spencer Dinwiddie, and no, let's put it this way. A number of players were important in their own right at certain stages. In the first half, we needed scoring, and Cam Johnson went 5 of 5. Let's completely ignore the fact he did not score a point in the second half and nearly cost us the game, right? Mikal Bridges was 3 of 14 going into the last quarter, or something along those lines. He ended the game 7 of 19, so he went 4 of his last 5. And he scored some buckets in a really important stretch, probably between the 6-minute mark and like the 3-minute mark of the game. Cam Thomas started the last quarter the way we needed it to, go. We were trailing, and he goes out and scores the first 8 points of the last quarter and gives us the lead back. That's incredibly important. You look at Finney Smith and O'Neal, who were incredibly active defensively. In that last quarter, we only conceded 24 points. Excuse me. And that really sums it up, right? It's all good and well to be able to score the ball, but defensively, that's what matters. And in the first and last quarters, we started the game well, we ended the game well. That's why we won this game. Even though the Suns had a very good middle portion of the game, the third quarter looked like it was going to get away from us because the Suns started that third quarter really well. And then, we did well to just hang around and make some really timely buckets. Speaking of, Spencer Dinwiddie, timely buckets, my guy. Hit a step back 3, scored a tough layup, hit some big buckets, really big shots. And we talk about players needing to step up. Spencer Dinwiddie was the guy. I thought it was going to be Bridges or Cam Thomas. I did not foresee Spencer Dinwiddie in the last quarter coming to life, and he well and truly did. He ended with 16 points, 8 rebounds, and some really important rebounds in there. He also was the man that flung it across to Cam Thomas in the final 10 seconds to chew up a few extra seconds. He nearly turned it over, but thank God for that. 7 assists, only the 1 turnover. I think the turnovers was a really important part of our win today. 6 turnovers only. Sometimes we're really trigger happy in that respect. We just constantly love to pass the ball to the opposition, but today it was a little bit of a different story. The threes went down well. We shot that at a volume, which we usually shoot it at. Only the 29 threes last game. So, look, we hit 41 threes in this game. If we hit 29 in this game, we probably don't win the game. The shooting splits went up in the last quarter as well. Finney-Smith and O'Neal off the bench, as I said, were important. Watford had some really good minutes in there. Dayron didn't see much action on the court, but I think for the most part, JV did very well with the rotations. I think he played Finney-Smith and O'Neal at the right time in the last quarter. I think there were stages where he went with small ball, and that opened up the court for us. And obviously, every point counted, and we just had more points on the night. There were times where the 3-second calls could have cost us. We look back on things we've lost by 1. We had 3-3-second calls, and we gave away a ton of offensive rebounds. We'll look at that shortly, but the free throw number was good. Just really good stuff by this team, man. Really good work. Cam Thomas, 8 of 8 from the line. I think that is something that will help Cam Thomas get back to his best. Even though he didn't shoot the ball very well from the field today, more so on the interior, it was good that he was getting to the line and making up for those inefficiencies inside the arc. So, yeah, we got out-rebounded by 12. They had 11 turnovers and some really vital ones down the stretch. They only hit 9 threes. I think I said a couple of days ago, if we concede 25 threes to the Kings, we're going to be in for a world of pain against Phoenix, but they only hit 9 threes on 32%. And we talk about what would happen if we only had 29 threes tonight. Well, you're seeing with the Suns what happens if you shoot 29 threes on a night. They had more free throws. Booker had 15 of those. He had 34 points and 12 dimes. Nurkic had 22 rebounds and 6 offensive, so he was a force on the interior. KD was very, very standoffish until the second half, and that probably cost him, or cost the team, that lack of assertiveness in the first half, and that's what got them in the early hole. Nas Little wasn't too bad. Pates Diop did all right when he was called upon, but the bench had absolutely nothing on our bench, and the players we rolled out with, the vital bench pieces we've got. So I think overall a great defensive performance. 14 points for Beal. We only gave him 9 shots. Booker got to the line, as we've said, and he shot the ball well, but he could have shot 20 shots and had 15 free throws. KD could have had 20 shots and had 15 free throws, So we did well to sort of, KD only hit 1 3. There has been games in the past where KD goes 4 of 7. That's probably the difference in the game. But you can see their bench compared to ours, it made a lot of difference. The impact we were getting from our bench compared to theirs. Dorian Finney-Smith, some big offensive rebounds in the first half. Good verticality going up. When there was a defensive presence in the paint, he'd score it. And as we said before, the Suns were shooting 50% from the field at one stage, and we were 43%. Well, look at it now, 47.5% to 46%, and we ended up having having more shots, one more make, which probably got us the win. We had six more threes made, 3 less free throws, but I think pre-game it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And then the offensive rebounding was a problem, but probably for one of the first times this season, So make sure to share your thoughts as well about what you thought about the game. We'll just quickly look at the team stats and then wrap things up here. You can see 9 steals, 4 blocks, good shift there. Turnovers, didn't capitalize as much in the second half. We had 11 fast break points in the first half, and only ended with 13. And the Suns really evened that out well, because they only had about 2. So, points in the paint, pretty much the same. They emphasized that a little bit more in the second half, because we were winning that battle in the paint in the first half. So, that's probably why they got back in the game, and that's why they got more free throws and were able to get more, because we started the game with the advantage there. But overall, man, what a win. I mean, we never trailed by more than 7. We had a 15-point lead, and those sorts of buffers are really going to help you, especially when going in, you're not necessarily the side that people on the external back, you know, going into this game, we would not have been backed in to win. But, you know, having a 15-point head start with that 19-0 run in the first and second quarters, bridging between those two quarters, that was so important, man. So important. Let's have a look at the chat. Not too much being said in the chat, so that should be okay. But overall, man, what a win. What a win, bro. Oh, feels great. Feels great. Because you look at the schedule, the Western Conference road trip, and it's one of those which you dread a lot. You see the Warriors, the Suns, the Nuggets, the Jazz, and the Kings, and you say, well, this is not going to be easy. We're going to have our work cut out for us. But it was so good to see this team finally wake up. And I say finally, they, didn't really matter. They didn't have to finally wake up. It was only one game they fell off, but we did need a response. And it's very easy to go on a 5-game slide when you've got relentless opponent after relentless opponent like the Kings, the Suns, and the Nuggets. That could not get a lot tougher, but we have responded well. We broke any chance of a losing streak from forming. It was a good defensive performance, especially in the second half the last quarter, especially against a team full of offensive weapons. And we needed to well and truly be reactive and alert. We set the tone to start the game, and we set the tone when we needed to perform. And that was the end of the game when we were trailing to start that last quarter. And we did the job. We leave that joint and we put that behind us and we go forward. 24 hours, we will be playing the Denver Nuggets. It is going to be a really tough one. And usually we have some really good games with them. There's been a number of close ones over the years in the last 4 or 5 years. I can remember the Karis LeVert game winner. I can remember last year we won by 2. Jokic missed a potential game winning 3-pointer. Royce O'Neal and Finney Smith were superb in that. So, it's going to be one heck of a challenge. But you know what? This team, time and time again, proves that they are more than capable of getting the job done. They get different contributions every night. There's always 1 or 2 players that hold the team back, but there's always 1 or 2 players that elevate the team and bring them up. So, great win yet again. I have no more to say. We will look at the chat a final time, and then we will leave. Looks like everyone's going. So, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We're done and dusted here. Drop a like on the way out, and subscribe if you are new so you can remain notified when I go live next. But for now, that is it. We are done. Nets are 13-10. We will probably go back up in the Eastern Conference standings, and we have won the first game of the KD Trade Cup. There you go. So, thank you. Stay safe in the next 24 hours. We will see you in 24 hours. But hope you enjoyed. Thanks for the support. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.